record on international matches has been rising so much that nowadays it is quite common to see games where more than 60 points are scored. And given I don't remember the name, but the Australian coach that is in Japan saying that he follows a pattern where every 5 or 6 years, every World Cup, either the defense or the offenses are prevalent, and following a pattern where one World Cup the prevalent is the defense and the other one is the attack. Do you think, Rassie, this World Cup, the teams that prevail are going to be the defensive ones or the offensive ones? Thank you.
No, thank you. Nice to be on the call, evening or morning to everybody where you are. I think it's a very technical, difficult one to answer that question. I think obviously there's a big drive from a lot of people to say attack is the beautiful part of the game. We like to think defenses, we think scrums are, we think kicking game are, we think side steps are, we think passing are. We like to think all parts of the game. That's what makes our game so special. And yes, I think World Rugby is definitely driving and supporting the attacking side of the game a hell of a lot. And I guess in that, if that's their main goal, they're succeeding. Because as you rightly say, there's lots of scores, big scores, 40s, and for both teams combined, probably, as you say, 60, 70 points. So if that's a spectacle, for us a spectacle is sometimes just a really tense test match where it's 1 or 2 points. So yeah, I guess it depends on which side you look at that. But how it's going to be next year, you know, when you go into a World Cup, the pool games, the nerves is not so much. We've never been in a round of 16. We don't know how that works. So I've always found that when you go through, if you go through out of the pool, you go round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final, then it becomes more of a defensive thing because the pressure and the stakes are really high. So I guess pool games, attack will probably be pretty important. But I guess then as it goes, for the teams that goes further, I think defense will be pretty important.
Riaz?
Thank you, Zina. Hi, Rassie, and hi, Sacha. Hope you guys are well. Sacha, my question is directed at you. Of course, you got injured while scoring a try against Cardiff in the URC. Can you just talk to us through the process of returning from injury? Did you find yourself in a dark place? And just from a mindset standpoint, where do you find yourself at the moment?
Good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, I mean, obviously no injury is nice, and I think just finishing, you know, we got so far in the URC, so just to get taken out of there and not be able to help my team was frustrating. And then obviously the Springbok equation was even more frustrating. But like I had Andy, our strength and conditioning coach, on the phone. I spoke to a few people, and I'm really not one to dwell. I just kind of use the time to look at the game from a more technical aspect and develop areas of my game that I probably didn't have time to do before. So obviously it was disastrous when it happened, and it wasn't enjoyable, but I just made the most of the time off.
Nick?
Thank you.
How's it, Rassie? How's it, Sacha? Sacha, welcome back. It's great to have you back in the box setup. I'm just curious, having Kobus start inside you at 9 this weekend, how much is that going to help you get back up to speed in the box system?
Well, I love Kobus, firstly, and I'll never forget the first time we played the All Blacks, and I wanted to take a shot at goal from a distance out, and he was the one who pointed at the goal for me, and like that will forever stick out, and that like defines our relationship. You know, he really takes me under his wing, but we're also good buddies. So I love that guy, and sharing the field with him at his ripe age of I think 37 or 38, it's brilliant, and it takes a lot of pressure off me. I really love the guy.
He's 35.
He's 38 now. Yeah. Apologies, 35, but he likes pulling the old card, but he moves. He's fitter than a lot of the guys, and he's fast, and he uses his experience to help guys like myself.
Jan?
Thanks, Ina. Dank you, Rassie. Thanks, Sacha. Rassie, looking at the team, obviously there's a lot of players coming back that needs game time, so that's the one thing. and a Springbok team never plays to lose. So winning is also high up on the priority list. What would you hope, besides those two aspects, what would you hope to get out of this game? What would be your big win out of this game?
Yeah, if you take the winning out, which is, as you said, and you take out guys getting game time, obviously then we would like to, the tactics that we, and the plan that we're going into the game, you know. So I don't think the score is, obviously we want to be on the winning side on the scoreboard, but I don't think the margin of winning, if we do win, is the important thing. We really want to see, because a lot of these guys is coming back from injury, as you say, and then some is not really settled in the team, like Cameron and Elrich and those kind of guys. Boan and Grobbies, you know, those guys with 9 caps and 2 caps and so on. So I guess the thing that will happen on Saturday, it won't be perfect, but if we get better and we're growing our game and we're building our game plan and we're getting more in sync, hopefully then the score will go our way. But yeah, apart from returning players from injury, getting some match fitness into some guys, then trying to win, I would say the only other thing that I can probably wish for is that we really grow our game and get a little bit better in each department.
Aleo?
Okay.
Hi, Rassie. Welcome to Argentina.
Thank you.
And one question regarding the international schedule. You know, Argentina is missing several players due to Contemporary being forced to rest them because of the long seasons at the European clubs. And what do you think Argentina can do to improve this situation and play at full strength in these internationals? How did you handle this situation, given South Africa also plays in URC, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think World Rugby should do to avoid this and boost international rugby?
Yeah, look, for me it's not to give advice on other countries, but because you asked the question, I will answer that. And then hello first of all, and thanks for asking that. I think, I'm not scared or shy to say that I think, the schedule of the rugby championships or greatest rivalry or Argentina, I think why that can't be moved to February, to the Six Nations block. I think everything will be in sync now. There's anyway players resting there, and then there will be other resting players. So I think syncing the international calendar, but I mean, there's lots of logistic things and problems that I probably don't know about and understand because I'm not 100% there in the boardrooms and so on. And then for Argentina, I mean, Filippo, we are good friends, I know him well. And I understand what his frustrations is, and his players are playing all over the world. But he's got it right a few times. He's knocked us over, he's knocked New Zealand was beaten here a few years ago in Argentina. I mean, last year in the second game we won by 2 points. I guess this weekend we also have, I think Argentina's got like 15 players out, and we've got about 15 players out. And so we are going the route by rotating and keeping guys fresh, and then hopefully in the crunch matches when it gets to World Cup times or Nations Cup playoff times or greatest rivalry times, then hopefully, we peak. So I think us and Argentina is more or less in the same boat. And if you don't rotate like Filippo is doing this weekend and we are doing this weekend, then the players will definitely burn out. So that's the only advice that I think he thinks the same way as we do.
Okay.
Thanks, Nina. How's it, Rassie? Welcome back, Sacha. How's it? Rassie, for you, on your bench, you've got 2 guys you can probably play number 4 in Ben Jason and Querbis. I just wanted to know if you could tell us how do you sort of decide who you're going to bring on at number 4, or if you do bring them on at number 4? What are the factors behind that decision?
No, they will go on at number 4 and number 5. So Ben Jason will go on for Eben, and Querbis will go on for Luat, because Eben is coming back from a concussion and a long time that he hasn't played, and he won't last 80 minutes. So when he gets tired, Ben Jason will go to 4, and the same with Loot. Loot hasn't played for a long time, and we'll see how long they last in the game. And then Kobus, who's also a line-out caller. Basic difference in the two for us, for our team, how we operate. The 4 is normally not the guy called. Eben doesn't call line-outs, and Ben Jason doesn't call line-outs. So, and what's his name? Kobus does. So it will be straight swaps for 4 and 5.